Hey guys, just have a real quick review for this one because there's not a whole lot to say about this, but this was a made for sci-fi channel movie that came out last year, and I think it was right after The Conjuring 2 came out. I think they were trying to uh, cash in on the whole Conjuring thing with because the Crooked Man was like a villain in The Conjuring 2. In my opinion, he was the one thing I didn't like about The Conjuring 2 was the Crooked Man. But I missed this on Sci-Fi, and I was somewhat interested in checking it out. I mean, I like Michael Jai White. I haven't really seen him in any horror, but I liked him in Spawn and Mortal Kombat Legacy and stuff. But basically, same thing. He's like a retired private investigator or whatever. He's trying to track down the Crooked Man, and the Crooked Man's in this town just killing all these random people. And it's really low budget. It looks like a made-for-TV movie. Really cheesy sets and all that. The movie does kind of drag. I gotta say, the way the Crooked Man looks is pretty cool. Like, I like his look and the vibe. But when he moves or like when he attacks you, it's like a jerk stutter kind of effect that I just think looks kind of terrible. I mean, it's way overdone. Every time you see the Crooked Man, he's over there jittering and all, just everything. It's like a Photoshop, like Windows Movie Maker type effect where you can tell they just put parts of it, make it jerk around, and it just didn't look good. I guess by Sci-Fi Channel's standards, though, this movie was okay. It did bring me back kind of to a time like early 2000s when Sci-Fi Channel would put out like a lot of the Pumpkinhead movies or, put out a lot of Cube movies and just random sequels and random horror movies that I always looked forward to when they put out. This did bring me back to that time because, like I said, you could definitely tell it's a made-for-TV movie just by the effects. And Michael Jai White's performance, I thought was actually really decent. It was kind of dialed in, but every character I've ever seen him play in a movie anyways is always the badass, one-liner type character, and that's exactly what he plays in this. So, you know exactly what you're going to get with that. And it's interesting, too, he's the only name on the top of that, and he ain't in it for that long. I mean, it's like a typical cameo, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like he shouldn't have been the name on the front cover, you know what I mean? It would have been better off not even having his picture on there and just kind of having him surprise you maybe, because he's not in it that long. And one thing I gotta say is I was with this movie for the most part up until the all the way up until the ending. It's like a desert with this house in the middle of it, but the house looks so bad. Like, you could tell it's all green screen, you could tell it's all digital effects. It was some of the worst effects I've seen in a long time at the end of this. So it did kind of take some points away for it from that, but I do gotta say, after watching The Room and The Crooked Man the same night, and I watched The Room, or The Red Room, first, thank God, because that movie was awful. There'll be a review here on that. But this one was definitely better than that, so it wasn't as that bad. But if I would have seen this without seeing a completely terrible movie first, this probably would have been really bad. So, I mean, buy at your own risk. I can't give it a recommendation, but I can't imagine this being any more than $5, $6 at this point. So if you're out at Wally World or Target or wherever and you see this for $5, $6, I mean, it's worth that just to check it out. It's a Sci-Fi Channel movie. You know what I mean? It's cool just to throw on the shelf for, a rainy day or whatever. Or if you're trying to watch all the Conjuring movies, like when The Nun comes out and all that, it'd be cool to throw in with Annabelle's and all that, because it kind of ties into that whole world or whatever. Like, it has the same nursery rhyme as the Crooked Man in The Conjuring 2, and the look and everything. You could tell from the cover. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. Really average. The disc looks kind of cool. I'll show you that before I check out here. But yeah, I like the look of the disc and everything. Decent. But anyways, guys, peace.